Wow, gisteraand se webinar was amazing geweest. As jy dit gemis het of jy wil graag weer daarna kyk, dan is hierdie replay vir jou. Wat my die meeste geraak het, is hoe hierdie geleentheid soveel mense se lewens verander. Ek hoop regtig dat hierdie webinar jou gaan inspireer, soos wat dit my inspireer. Geniet hierdie webinar en as jy enige vrae het, is jy meer as welkom om te reply op hierdie e-pos van my. Lekker dag.
Want to know who I have? Okay, awesome. I'm so excited to get going because we have really something special going on this week. DMS, which is Digital Magnetic System, it's celebrating its first year anniversary, and we are just growing and getting better. We're doing everything better and faster and all of that because the online space is growing. Okay, let me see in the comments there. Do you agree that the online world is moving at the rate as fast as light, like the speed of light, and everything is going online? Do we agree on that? Okay, I'm happy we do. Okay, because let me tell you, an online business can do something for you that a traditional one can never do. It can give you time and money back. Okay, so before we get started, you are going to hear some stories here tonight. Okay, that's going to sound like what? So I just want to tone it down a little bit and just let you know, you are going to hear very real stories of very real people. Okay, I am not guaranteeing that you are going to have the same story, because just like you can join the gym and not go and not get results, okay, you can start an online business, but if you don't put in the work, you are not going to make money. All right, does that make sense? Just put a yes in the comments if that makes sense and you agree. Okay, this is not a get rich quick scheme. This is not the lotto. Okay, I'm sorry to disappoint you if that is what you were looking for. It is, however, a much faster way into getting momentum online. A lot faster. Okay, so you are going to learn tonight exactly how normal, regular people went from working a traditional 9 to 5, just like me, working a traditional 9 to 5, to completely changing their life because of the online space that has made it possible. Before COVID, not a lot of people even knew about it, although it existed, but it's actually because of COVID. So if COVID was a bad time for you, like it was for me, if it was, just put yes in the comments because I know it was, okay? If it was a bad time for you, it was actually an excellent time to set us up for the future, because all of a sudden, everybody had to go online. Even old people that didn't want to know anything about online had to start learning how it works because everyone was isolated. And a lot of people lost their jobs. And that's why the online space became open for us regular people. Okay, so I'm very excited to share it with you. Let me get going into it very, very quickly because I know time is of the essence, right? Time is very important to us. I'm going to share with you exactly how to start an online business without feeling overwhelmed. I know there's a lot of noise on social media. Is there? Just put one in the comments if you're like, yes, Lizelle, there's too much noise on social media. I'm overwhelmed. This one says this, that one says that. I just don't know if I will be able to do this. After tonight, you're going to know exactly. And just before we go in, make sure you get a quiet space. Okay, if there's kitties around you or some lovely animals around you, just say to them, just give mama about 45 minutes here, okay? And if you're a guy, let them know you need 45 minutes. About 45 minutes, I'm going to try and do it as quick as that, okay? Just for you to concentrate, because I'm sharing a lot of information, but it's not going to click if you don't listen. Okay, so let's go into it. So let me ask you, do you want to start online, but you don't know where to begin? I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Just let me know in the comments, okay? Are you afraid of wasting time or money on the wrong thing? Okay, let me open my chat box. I want to see. All right, let me know in the comments then. Have you been watching others succeed while wondering if you can? And are you overwhelmed by all the options online? Okay, so we're getting yes, okay? I knew this training was going to be for you, okay? Because most people, they are not failing because they can't do this, all right? You'll see a lot of people make money online, some people don't. And I'm going to show you the exact difference why it is. A lot of people, it's not that they can't do it, it's that because there's so many options and it's only growing by the day. And they've got this fear of, what if I do it wrong? Okay, what if I make the wrong choice? What if I lose my money? Right? And there's this information overload because you can literally go and Google most things. But will you agree with me? You can Google how to drive a car, but it's very different when you get in the car and then to start driving. You can have all the knowledge up here, but it's a completely different ball game when you actually get into it and start taking action. You need someone to show you, okay? Because trying to figure it out alone and just getting the information is only going to make you feel stuck, overwhelmed, and like you can't do this. And it's completely doable. It's actually very simple. You just need someone to show you, and I'm going to show you. Okay, the biggest mistakes beginners make is they are trying to build everything from scratch before they even start. They try to do it themselves. And then they end up, is there anyone on here like this? You end up with a lot of subscriptions that you don't even know if you need because that's how hard you've been trying. Or you might have tried some side hustles before just to find out, oh my goodness, no, this is just too much for me. Okay. So let me explain to you how a franchise model works. Okay. So let's look at McDonald's. Why do people buy franchises? Let me know in the comments there. Why do you think people buy franchises? Okay. Nisha, oh, welcome. You just signed up today. Awesome, awesome. Why do people buy franchises? If I can go open up my own version of McDonald's, why would I buy a franchise and not open my own version? Right? Because it's a proven system. Yes, the model is already proven. The business model has already proven to work. And if you buy a franchise, you receive the guidance from someone that has already been successful. Do you think you can save some time and money if someone can show you how they already did it? Yes or no? Do you think you can save some time and money? Because you can open up your own thing and not know how to do it, try and test a business model and just wake up and see if you can do this every day, okay? You would want to buy a franchise because the systems already exist, okay? And you don't have to figure it out alone. This is why people buy franchises, okay? The smartest business owners don't always reinvent the wheel. And I wish someone told me that before I did, because I always used to say, what can I invent? What type of business can I start that people want? Is there anyone on here? Just put me if that's you. Or am I the only one that ever thought that? I always thought like there must be a way. How are other people making money and living the life? There must be something that I can open or start or invent. Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you the biggest shift in my own life was not reinventing the wheel, was just copying a business model that was already working. And that's why the franchise model works so well. Let me just give you some stats, okay? I love to give some stats. So I'm going to give you a South African one because I know a lot of us are South African on here, although online business is global. If we look at KFC, which is a franchise model, it dominates the South African market, okay? It's got a high performing drive-through locations all over the South Africa, and it makes about 200,000 net profit, 200,000 rand. That's about $10,000. Okay, but it requires a significant initial investment of 6 million upwards, and that's the problem with franchises. That is why not everyone has it, because it's so costly to get started. On average, a US McDonald's franchise nets anything between $12,500 to $48,000 a month. But the initial investment is millions. Okay? Now, what if I could tell you tonight that you could make this amount of money? I'm not saying you are going to make that amount of money, okay? But the stories that you are going to hear here tonight, you're going to hear stories of people that are making this type of money with an online business model because they are putting in the work. They started with a proven business model. They started with systems already done for them. They started with the guidance. Okay? So, and let me show you. You can go and Google this. The McDonald's franchise generates over 1.5 million in net profit per year, the general one, okay? Which is what a highly successful McDonald's franchise typically net. And it's entirely possible with a digital info product business. And it says, while a franchise requires millions in upfront capital and physical overhead, A digital business scales through high profit margins, automated marketing funnels, and recurring revenue models. Go and Google it and do the homework yourself. Okay? So starting online doesn't have to be anything different. Okay? Instead of creating everything yourself, instead of spending months of researching, YouTubing, and who's been months researching and YouTubing? Just put me if that's you. I'm just gonna stop sharing here for a moment because someone is doodling on my screen here. Let me check the comments. Who's been looking for months? Okay, me. Yep, I know. Okay? Been there, done that. Got the t-shirt, okay? So instead of spending months researching and instead of making expensive mistakes, you can actually start with something that's already proven. A proven business model you can learn while you are building. Let's look at that franchise model again. When someone that's already been successful with a McDonald's franchise, now you come with a McDonald's franchise and you get the guidance of someone that's going to show you how this works. You buy the franchise model and you start. The doors open the first day and you are there. Are you going to know everything? Yes or no? Are you going to know everything? You've bought the business model from day one. No, you're not. Do you have to be willing to learn? Yes or no? Yes. So you can make money in the McDonald's franchise because the doors will be open for customers and you can learn how to be the best franchisee owner through experience, through showing up day to day. Exactly with an online business, you can do the same. You'll develop the skills as you go if you start with a proven business model, okay? The cost of waiting, however, because we all want to wait until we feel ready. We all want to understand everything, right? Waiting until you feel ready is still making a decision. What waiting often costs you is lost time, missed opportunities, continued overwhelm, and staying exactly where you are. I'm wondering how many on tonight's call started January with fire in their heart saying this year is going to be different or wished that this year was going to be different. And we are in June already and still nothing is different. Anyone guilty, like Yana says? Yes? Guilty, Anya? You know how that feels? Because most of the time we are looking for change to come to us instead of making the change and leading with it, right? Where could you be 12 months from now if you started and launched online today? Where could you be? Okay? The cost of doing this alone and trying everything, trying to figure out it all by yourself can lead to wasting money, starting over repeatedly. I cannot tell you how many people have DM'd me on Instagram who says, Lizelle, I've been watching you for a year. I've tried this, and it's still not working. You know how many of them have wasted money, started over, lost their confidence because they feel this might not be for them, delaying their progress. Okay? Because here's the thing, guidance, having guidance online, Google, ChatGPT doesn't guarantee your success. Okay? But it often shortens the learning curve, especially if someone can take you through it. Now, I want you to see this picture. I'm referring to driving a car again. The very first time, for those of you who got your learners and you had all the knowledge in your head, the moment it got real was when you got behind the wheel. Okay? So if you did it by yourself, what are the chances of you crashing that car if no one was sitting next to you, coaching you through the process, guiding you, saying, okay, this is what you do now. This is what you do now. This is what you do now. Exactly. Right? So many people want to get in the online space and they want to rely on Google or ChatGPT and they get behind the wheel without any guidance, proper guidance, and they crash their business before it even starts. It's a lot better when you have the process. Okay. A lot of people ask, what if I choose the wrong thing? What if I don't know what to sell? What if I failed before? What if I don't have enough time? What if I still don't feel ready? Okay. The truth is, you don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need. It's because of the what ifs that people are still asking what if. Nothing's changing. The ones that are successful is saying even if, and they just go for it. Instead of saying what if, they say even if you need a starting point. Okay. So this is going to be for you if you know things need to change. Okay. You want something that is proven. You don't want to try luck. You want something that's already been proven to work. You're all willing to show up and learn. You're ready to stop figuring it out alone. And you are committed to taking action. Okay. This is not going to be for you if you are looking for overnight success. No one becomes successful overnight. Okay. If you are unwilling to implement, if you expect someone else to do the work for you, or you're unwilling to learn new skills. All right. So what we are doing here is we are not trying to work more hours. Okay. What you're doing is you're trying to create something that works even when you're not. This is the power of online business. All right. You physically post something once and it keeps on working for you online 24/7. Because the truth is, everyone is spending most of their time on social media, right? The average person, can you believe it, is spending 8 hours on their phone per day. And you can be right front and center. People can see you and what you offer and buy from you around the clock, even when you're sleeping, if you have automation that works for you. The best part is that you don't even need to be an expert to start doing this. Now, by now, you might be feeling, okay, Lizelle, this all sounds good, but I'm already like, oh my goodness, what is this even about? And can I even do this? What do I sell? How does this work? Blah, blah, blah. I want you to just drown out all the noise for now. I'm going to show you that in a minute. I want you to ask yourself why you are looking at starting your online business. Let me know in the comments if you want to let me know there. Why are you looking to start your online? Is it that you are looking to leave your 9 to 5? Is it that you just want some breathing room? You want to start, you want additional income streams? Is it that you want to go on leave or go on a holiday or buy a new house? Is it that you want to be your own boss? You want to work your own hours? You want to create your own life? You don't want to answer to anybody. Okay? Is it that you want to stop worrying about what's going on in the bank account and rather have a consistent flow of income coming in? Why do you want it? Okay? I'm going to show you my why. I'm going to show you why I started. That's why I started. I wasn't looking to be a millionaire when I started in the online space. I had a little beauty salon. After COVID, I left my corporate job. I was making good money in the corporate job, working like crazy, but still making good money. And then COVID happened. The salary fell like 50%. And all of a sudden, my husband and I found ourselves stuck financially. It felt like we can't move forward, we can't move backward because it's COVID. And I decided right there and then, you know what? I'm going to take the leap. I've always wanted to be my own boss. I've always wanted to be at home with my kids. I wanted to live life. I did not want my life to revolve around money. I wasn't looking to stay in a mansion, drive Lamborghinis and living the high life. That wasn't. And if you're looking for that, it's good for you. I wasn't. I wasn't looking for that. I was looking for real freedom. And real freedom to me means not having to worry about how I'm going to cover my groceries this week. Real freedom means if my kids go on holiday, I can go with them. We can go somewhere. I can treat them a little bit. If they need school shoes, I can buy for it. I don't have to check my bank account. I don't have to ask permission. I can just do it. And freedom for me is I could bless others. If I could see someone needs my help, I could do it. That for me was what I was looking for. I never knew that starting point was going to lead me to become a South African millionaire in 6 months. In 7 months, I made $100,000 online. And since then made more than half $500,000 online. And I'm not saying that to even brag because the money is the bonus. All I was looking to make was $1,000 extra a month. In my country, it's 20,000 Rand a month. That was my goal. My goal was I was going to work full time and I was going to have an extra stream of income just to breathe a little bit financially. I ended up leaving my beauty business. In 5 weeks, I started my online business because I knew that I found something better. And within 6 months, I was living the life, staying at home with my dad's living the life, staying at home with my kids, being able to do homework with them, get them from school, being able to buy the school fees in advance. Oh my goodness, being able to be debt free. I'm telling you, we entered in a completely different world. Did that happen overnight? No, it didn't. It happened little bit step by step. My very first month, I started making some money, next month making some money, and it just became more and more because I could see that I found something that I could help a lot of people with. And all of a sudden, I got this fire in my soul because I was struggling and I found a solution. I wanted other people to find the same solution, and I got on a mission. First, it was just the moms, and then the dad started saying, "Hey, Lizelle, what about us?" And then I was like, anybody, okay, that I know that there's a solution. If you're willing to put in the work, you can work for yourself and you can do it from anywhere and you can have that time freedom. And I just got into this mission. And what happened was later on, I saw a lot of people were struggling in the online space, even when they started. And eventually DMS was born, which is an all done for you program. And I didn't create it because I wanted to offer someone something. I wanted to make online business simple, so that you can just get started and going without having to know everything first. And that's how DMS happened. And I'm telling you, we are far over 1,000 people in this community now. I've seen people getting started in this space that knew absolutely nothing, that is out earning their full-time job. I've seen people that have been in the online space that got stuck in their identity, stuck in their purpose, stuck in their business, that's flying. I've seen people of all walks of life. And one thing that I know for sure is not one of them had the perfect picture or the credentials or that everyone's smart that started this. All just wanted, they just had a very good why they started. Everyone's different spheres of life, but not one of them had credentials of a long list of why they are qualified to do this. So if you're sitting on here and maybe you've been looking at this and you're thinking, oh, I don't have followers, I'm not someone who can talk on social media, I don't even know if I want an online business, I just want some breathing room, I just want to be with my family. Don't think you need anything, okay? Because you don't. You just need the willingness to learn. That's what you need. Okay, so I'm going to carry on and you're going to hear some other amazing stories here. Okay, what you do need is you do need a digital product to start in the online space. You need a system. Think about it when you order something online, okay? You can order right through the night. If you order from Shein, anybody like Shein, you order 2 o'clock tomorrow morning, you can go order that nice dress that you want, okay? Are you going to get an email only the next morning? No. You'll get an email straight away. It will tell you straight away when to expect your parcel. Your online business works exactly the same way. You have a system. If you need a system online that can take payments for you, that can do the sales process for you, okay? And you need a way for people to find you. Now, here is the best part. With an online business, if you know how to show up online, you never have to go and look for customers. And I don't know about you, but that's the part I love about this business. Because of social media, your customers will find you and they will come ask you for information and buy from you. Again, let's think about the online business. Whatever you bought lately, did someone have to phone you and beg you to buy from them when you ordered something online? I'm sure not, right? No one begs you. No, you go and look. You go and Google. You go and look for it, okay? That's the beauty of this business. So a lot of people ask me, but what is digital products, Lizelle? Digital product is anything that you can do online. Think about distance learning. That's how we used to know it. You remember, if people my age, Anya, and even older, you remember we used to do mails. You would mail the paper and the paper would come to you. And if you do distance learning, so it's the same way. You can go anywhere online and you can go register at a university or you can go buy an online course, okay, and you can do distance learning. You can digital products like an ebook or a manual. It can be stock photos, digital art. It can be membership communities. Maybe you're part of a monthly membership community where you get coaching or training or whatever. It can be templates that you can edit, Etsy, you can go there. It can be online courses. It can be mini courses. It's anything that you can access digitally that you don't have to physically get. Okay. So how this actually works is very simple. You get started and then you start with a proven offer. Remember that proven business model I spoke of, like a franchise? You start because you want to earn and learn. You don't want to, especially people that love DMS, is people who don't want to start from scratch. They want to start with something that's proven so that they can learn how to get good at it. You learn then how to sell and market online. Because here's the thing. I know of many business owners that's inside DMS that came to DMS because of the business marketing skills that they learn. A lot of people have amazing products and services, but they can't get it sold because they don't know how. This is what you learn. And then eventually, when the time is right and you feel this is what you want to do, you build your own products. But you will learn how to build your own brand too. Okay? So what you do each day is really simple. You show up with your content. Now, content can be a B-roll, which is a clip with music in the background with a hook. It can be a talking video. It can be a carousel that's swipe files. Okay. The fact of the matter is you want to be visible on social media because people are Googling for what you have to offer. Then what you do is you send people to one place. That's a link. And then let the system do the following up. So let me ask you this, those of you who are on here. You got on this webinar through someone's video that you saw online. Yes? Just put yes in the comments. For those of you, you discovered someone for the first time. You heard them talk about this on TikTok or Instagram or wherever. Okay. And then what happened was that person showed up in their content, right? And then what did they do? They sent a link to you. They said, okay, just go to the link in my bio. Or they said, just go here. Go put your name and email in. I'm going to send you information, right? That's what happened. They sent you to one place. And what happened further, you started getting emails from them and you started getting emails from the webinar. That was the system. That wasn't them sitting behind the laptop each day, typing out an email. The system did that. Okay. So how it visually works is you do your content. Okay. So your content is the social media, right? And then you are taken to a page, which is that link that we call a domain. And then you start getting emails from the person. And then when the time is right and you feel like this is for you, then people normally buy. Okay. This is a simple funnel. This is how marketing works. And we call this the buyer's journey because people buy from people they know, like, and trust instead of you sitting on your phone explaining 100 times to 100 people every single day what you do and what you sell. The system is doing that for you. So that is working smarter instead of harder. Okay. Let me give you a lot of examples. These are beginners making sales. I mean, look at Alana's testimony. 2 weeks in and she earned more than a monthly freaking salary because she's doing it online. She doesn't have to show up to an 8 to 5 to be able to get this amount of money because she's selling a high ticket program online. Okay. We've got so many beginners with this. Nicole almost out earned a monthly salary for June just so far. Okay. Just giving you this screenshot from our community. Janae, she earned over $1,800 in 1 week. In South Africa, that's 28,000 Rand. Am I saying you're going to make this money? No, these people showed up and they did the work. That's why they're getting the results. It's the same with going to the gym. If you go to the gym every single day, you'll get the results, right? So before I move any further, oh, there's Cecilia as well. Cecilia has been in the online space. She was actually working well in the online space, and then she just wanted something that would be even more simple. And when she came across DMS, it was so much more simpler for her type of audience, and Cecilia still said, I'll use it. I could make $5,000 with this in my first month. And she came onto a whole new platform, social media platform, and she made $5,000 within her first month. Again, I'm not saying you're going to do it. I'm saying she put in the work and she was just a mover and shaker, and she's had some amazing success. I want to get someone, Zanelli, if you can share, I want you to hear it from someone as well. Zanelli has also been in the online space before, and hear how that turned out for her. Zanel?
Thank you, Lizelle. Hi, everybody. So I'm Zanel Stradon. I'm a H2A wife, and my husband works 9 months away, and I'm a mom of 2 little ones. And I was actually working 7 days a week, 12-hour days, and working harder just kept me further in debt, I promise you. I didn't know how to get out of there. I thought that was the only way to get ahead in life if I have to work harder. How many of you are thinking the same way? That is the only way. You have to get a second, third, whatever job, right? And that is how we grew up in society. And I was so scared of waking up one morning and not knowing my kids because I've missed bedtimes, I've missed lunch times, I've missed pickup times. Like the school didn't know who I was. Like the one day my little girl's teacher asked me like, who are you picking up? And I felt so like embarrassed, like this teacher don't even know who I am because they never saw me. They never saw me because I always had to work. And I felt so guilty for not spoiling my kids because even though I was working hard and getting a salary, it was just never enough. Never enough to get ahead in life, just falling further in debt. And I kept on praying to God just to send me a way out, just a door, just a window, so I can just stop stressing about every single bill each and every month because I don't know what to do else. And one evening I worked late again, and my little girl was in that stage too. And she came to me and she said, Mommy, you are always working. So why do I even bother to ask you? The answer is just going to be no. And that broke me. For a 2-year-old to experience her mom's always working, never there for her, not emotionally, not physically. And I'm working again, and I have to say no for little things, basic things. I knew then and there something had to change. And what changed was I was already in the online space. I started there, but I felt stuck. I felt like nobody's seeing me. I felt like I was just a number. And until Lizelle opened DMS, I knew I'm going to follow this lady. This lady I need to follow. And I knew her before then, and I knew her vision, and I knew the purpose I want to walk into. And I found my purpose. In DMS, I didn't want another program. Let me just be clear on that because I had already 5. And none of them gives you the coaching, the guidance, the time of the day to actually help you to listen to what you are asking and actually make time for you to listen to you. The mindset alone inside here is for me more valuable than anything because it's 95% mindset. If you can believe it, you can achieve it. Because it starts with you making one decision, and one decision can change your life. And that's how it started for me. And I just want to breathe financially. I just want never to drive a Ferrari, never to live in a mansion, just to be the mom that they can be proud of and to show them what is possible, to empower myself and bring my husband back from the H2A program. And I'm on my way doing that. So if you are hesitating still, this lady in front of you that took the courage to create this, and I want to give her the honor because she never asked for anything in return, and she gives with all of her heart every single time, more than anyone. And you don't pay for everything, but she pays in the back end for everything. So let me just say this: you will never get any program out there this generous, this massive value that you get inside you. You changed my life, Lizelle, and I will scream it from the rooftops. And thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Zanel. You want to get me all teary-eyed here now. Thank you so much. It's so inspiring, hey? I'm telling you, I said yesterday to someone, because I had someone start and he had his first sale. I said, I don't know who's more excited here. I think I'm more excited because we really, you'll see this community is just community. We love each other to win. We're all on the same journey here. So we've got, I haven't even mentioned, but we do have something amazing at the end here because, and it's only for today, guys. I mean, it's only, I'm going to tell you now, this is not going to be extended. Inside DMS, you're not starting from zero. You're getting a system that already works. You're getting content that you can already start posting, a clear path to follow and support so you don't get stuck. So instead of spending weeks trying to figure this out, you can just get started, okay? We've been featured on many publications as well, especially with the launch of DMS, because we are here we've already created a movement. This is not some quick rich scheme or just some fly by night thing. And this is to really change a lifestyle. And it's not just that, it's also we are registered with CPD. We're undergoing the certification process for this, so that you can get internationally recognized learning through this program. This is how much we believe in it and how we are setting this apart. So ordinary people making online, yes, there's a few. Okay, we're sharing all of this with you because it's our 1 year anniversary and we are just so excited with the movement, the momentum we've seen here, people changing their lives. And there's so many stories of this. This is really just, it goes to show when you really just move out of your own way and just start believing in yourself a little and just move forward, you can really be the change that you want to see. You can make that change. Okay, here's Nicola's stories as well. There's just some screenshot where she has her own story, which is so amazing. She's also been in the online space before, but she was not. It was actually her fiance in the online space before, and although she could see the success, she was so scared to show her face, so scared. And then they ended up losing a lot of money from another deal, and she just went all in. She was like, "I am gonna do this," okay. And she did. And she's already passed the R1 million mark. She's making six figures, or I'm sure it's almost six figures in dollars, like $1 million in South African rands, about $56,000. We're so proud of her because now she's inspiring other people that is also scared to start in the online space. Okay, why DMS is so different? One of the features of it is there's no payment gateways that you need. A lot of people like our Namibians on here, and a lot of neighboring countries, they struggle with PayPal, Stripe, and having like legit payment gateways. So because DMS is an affiliate program, you get 90% affiliate commission. You don't need your own payment gateway. DMS does that. The 10% is for the Stripe and the PayPal and all the banking fees. Okay, DMS doesn't make anything out of this. Done for you content. The content's already done for you, especially just to get people going as soon as possible so that they don't wonder, okay, what do I post? We have the done for you content. You learn and earn at the same time, and you learn how to build your own brand. Okay. How you get started is actually very simple. But before I show you how to get started, just look at this. How much will this cost you if you had to go do this on your own and Google your way through this? This is just a picture of what it can look like, because you will need a funnel builder. You'll need to build your own funnel. You'll need the email tools. You'll need website hosting and design. You'll need to know how to write copy, because you need to know how to write an email in a way that actually makes the person on the other side understand the outcome that you are giving them. Why must they buy the product? Okay. You will need social media coaching, a mentor, time to figure this all out. And then you still need to get the confidence to actually show up. You're going to do it all on your own. Okay. And then there's no guarantee of sales. You still need to build your own offer, and you still have to learn how to sell it all. The total of that's anything between $2,500 and $5,000 plus. You can go do Google, go do the sums. Okay. DMS Pro, we've got 2 ways on how you can get started. All right. I've got a little surprise. So DMS Pro, we do the complete setup for you, because we know that tech can be a headache for many people. You get 2 products that you can resell. You can make over $400 and over $1,000 per sell. 12 exclusive PLR products, which you can rebrand and resell as your own. You get a 30-day content strategy plan, faceless marketing strategy. That's now for the people who don't want to show their face. Advanced launch strategy plan to how do you get to $10,000 a month? I show you there. And how to get sustainable 10,000. How do you get there? We do the math, and I take you through it. Perfect customer masterclass. A lot of people don't even know who they are talking to online. They're just showing up and advertising what they offer, and then they wonder why no one's buying. The magnetic sales formula, that's all about buyer psychology, how it works, what makes someone buy. It also helps you to get out of your own mind, because many times, especially if you've never experienced financial freedom before, how do you prepare yourself mentally to open the gates up? It's like people that win the lotto. Within 5 years, it's shown that they go bankrupt. Why? Because they've never prepared themselves to handle wealth. So with the magnetic sales formula, we talk about what's keeping you, what are the lies that you're believing about it, and blah, blah, blah. And then you also can create your own products. We include the temples, the funnels, everything. You don't have to create anything from scratch. You get certified on this. And then pod coaching is one of the things that make the pro stand out. It's like having that driver in the car with you, okay? And that driver is actually coaching you through it. When you have questions, that's coaches there. We have regular guest speakers coming inside the community as well. The total value of this is far over $6,000, okay? We just have a once-off fee of $1,197. It's once off with a once-off $75 activation fee. What's that for? You need a professional email, you need a domain, and you need someone to set this all up for you. That's what we do. We take so much off your plate so that you can focus on starting and learning and growing, okay? So that's the once-off fee. We do have payment plans on this as well. The bonuses that you will get tonight if you get going is you'll get on a newbie call. So instead of letting you go through videos and doing this all on your own, we help you implement the process. You get on a live call and we go through it with you. You get the secret sales weapon, which is like having a coach in your pocket. This is an AI bot designed with a multi-six-figure strategy that teaches you exactly. She writes your content for you. She writes your emails for you. She even writes your business plan if you want a business plan, okay? You also get the AI twin module. If you don't want to show your face, but you are happy for an AI twin to do content for you, you'll get the training for that as well. Then the system, we don't charge for. Isn't that cool? Because many other systems will charge you a minimum of $99 a month. So just imagine you investing once, okay, without paying any monthly fees. And then you get content templates. With the Pro, you'll get fresh content every month. And there are bi-weekly group coaching and live Zoom calls. Okay, so just a little example of how the AI bot works. It's built within ChatGPT. So ChatGPT you can go to and ask to create content. It's only going to create generic content for you. This is built in ChatGPT with the brain of a multi-six-figure earner. Okay, this is the exact strategy that took me to my first million. So I want to mention this. A lot of people can't start on the Pro, not because they don't want to. Some people just financially cannot start on the Pro yet, or they feel like, let me just test this out. Let me make some money and then I want to upgrade later, okay? There's just a little example how the bot works. She creates your content, everything. See? And now people wonder how it's so simple. Okay, so the DMS starter, that one is $497, also once off. So you can choose either between the starter or the Pro. It all depends on what is the level of support that you want. That's what it's all about. Okay, so the DMS starter gives you also a lot in everything you need to launch and start. So once off $49.7 with a once off $75 activation fee, not $67. Sorry, that's a typo. Okay, and then before I show you this, I want to let you know that there is something special we're doing this week. Okay, because it's DMS's birthday. And this is why this will be the very last webinar where we offer this. Okay, so this might just be the right time for you, because if you're on here, you are one of the lucky ones that are on here. Okay, my question to you is, which future are you choosing? Because you're either going to still research, still feel overwhelmed, still wait. You know when you want to change your life. You know January, the way you started and where you are right now. Okay, because your success is in the daily habits that you do on a daily basis. If you keep on doing the same thing, you can't expect different results. So ask yourself, do you still want to be in future one, or do you want to build future two? Do you want to be learning, building, taking action? Because 1 year from now, you're either going to be grateful you started or wish you had. At the end of the day, that is not a decision that I can make for you. That is a decision that you can make for you. You will know in your heart if you need to make that change now. Okay? We've seen people from all walks of life start businesses. We've seen them build confidence, make sales, and completely change the way they see themselves. Many start in DMS and they end up doing something completely different with the skills that they've learned inside here. Because the skills that you learn inside here will equip you so you'll never have to go work for someone, because it's going to equip you. It's going to teach you the skills on how to make your own money. Okay? So we've got a community that is absolutely amazing. It's called the Magnetic Circle. This month, we celebrate DMS's birthday. So to be honest, when I launched this, I had no idea what it would become. I was just launching it. I just wanted to make it simple. I just wanted everybody, everyday people, to be able to launch online and not just people who seemed like they had it all together. And why I'm doing this is we're celebrating our birthday. I have absolutely never done this before. We announced it on last week's webinar, and I want to be very, very honest, transparent, and clear with you. I am not doing this again. You can ask my community. I have never, let me know in the community, guys, have I ever discounted DMS before? Have I ever discounted it? I have never done it, and I'm never ever doing it again. So this is a window of opportunity for you. You've been watching, you've been learning. Information is not going to change it for you. Implementation is what's going to change it for you. So what we're doing is we're doing a very, very special price this week, and it's up until the 20th, which is Saturday midnight. Up until the 20th. We are doing a ridiculously low price because we want to give you that opportunity. This is our way of giving back, of saying thank you for a year, because we've been so privileged of seeing so many lives changed, and we want you to be a part of it. That's what we want. So if you've been waiting for the right time, this might be it, because it's going to be our lowest ever pricing, and it's at 50% credit. In other words, the investment that you make in your future today, the investment that you make in you, okay, is 50% off. You'll never get this at this price. In fact, it's going up because everything in life is going up, right? So here's the coupon code that you can use. So here's your next step. Get back to the person that invited you here. Okay, take a screenshot of this code, because when they send you the link, you're going to click on that link, and this is the code that you are going to enter to get that 50% credit. Okay, it's 1STB day, first birthday. That is the coupon code. Okay, and that is it. And it's only up until Saturday. We will not extend it. Okay, and you can ask my community as well. When something is finished, it is finished. Okay, so make use of this opportunity. And even if you don't, just know we are rooting for you. Okay, most of the people inside you do it because they had a big why. And to finish this off, I want Anya to come on, and I want you to hear her story. Okay, Anya, are you available? I know she's got another call soon as well. Okay, hear from Anya how everything changed for her as well. It's so powerful when you start believing in yourself a little bit more. And it starts with surrounding yourself with people who were where you are right now, that's not there anymore, that can take you to the next level. Because the truth is, you become like the five people you hang around with. Imagine start hanging around with people that are in it to win it. Are you, Anya?
I'm here. Thank you, Lizelle.
Oh, thank you, Anya.
Sure. I just want to, first of all, I want to say this is a very big moment for me, because I used to watch webinars and I used to hang on to the testimonials of people. And I've never been a person to give my own testimony on a webinar. So this is extremely big for me. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I used to be that overwhelmed person, that person that just really stretched to the brim. I used to work in healthcare, and I used to come home late. Sometimes I won't even see my son going to sleep, stretching myself, very thin. COVID had an impact on all of us, financially, emotionally, physically. It had an impact on many of us, and we all had to walk that road. But there was one particular morning when my son, I used to drop him off at school, and sometimes I had to drop him extremely early off at school because I need to be on time for work. And he said, as we passed one another in the corridor, he said to me, so when will we spend time together? And at that very moment, it was like a knife in my chest. And I looked at him and I said, my boy, soon, it will be soon. And that was 2 years ago. And at that very moment, I knew I had to look for something, but I couldn't look for another job because I was already crunching 12, 13, 14, 15 hours a day. And although I loved my job, I knew I had to bring change. I had to bring change to my family. Fast forwarding, I did do that scrolling, and I came across an angel, introduced me to online business, which I never knew existed because I was in healthcare. I didn't know all these tech things. I didn't even know you can make money online. And fast forwarding a year later, literally tomorrow, 1 year, I had a massive heart attack. And I almost died. And I'm forever, forever grateful that God spared me that night, because a year later today, I'm sitting here, I'm giving you my testimony, not only with God's grace that He saved me that day, that He spared me that day, but that He actually implanted skills in me. He brought me to people. He surrounded me with like-minded people that literally I could embrace their knowledge, their skill, their love, their courage, the love that they've got for God. You know, it's amazing to be part of a community where you can talk about God and love on God and just be with Him all the time with the family that we are actually planted in this community. And the skills that I've obtained in DMS, and I need to share this with you, is amazing. So in DMS, we learn a lot of things. And one thing we learned in DMS is that you need to be a leader and you need to step up. And Lizelle is such a profound leader. She's such a profound person that really, really shows us how to be a godly leader and how to just embrace that leadership and stand your stand. You know, you need to own your space. And I've been owning my space. And I just want to say thank you, Lizelle. I really want to honor you tonight. But I want to honor each and every person on this call tonight because you stood up for yourself tonight. You pressed that link, you registered, you came in and you said, you know what, I'm going to stand tall for me tonight. I'm going to go and listen what DMS is all about. And I know tonight you're going to make the right decision for you and for your family and for your family's future. Because you know what happened to me 30 days ago? 30 days ago, I took the DMS skills that I obtained from DMS and I plugged it into something else. And I can, just before we actually went on our 6 o'clock training, I've hit $6,000 in less than 30 days. And I couldn't believe it. So I just want to encourage each and everybody tonight. You are not here by mistake. God doesn't make mistakes. This was not by coincidence. This was a divine appointment. You are here for a reason. And yes, let me tell you one thing. We all had to scrape that money together. I still remember the debt collectors was on me like wolves. And I just said, oh, well, I'm going to use my debt money to buy my program because they're anyway going to be on top of me. So I'm just going to use my debt money. And I'm not saying do that. I'm just saying what I did. I took my debt money. I bought the program. I got in and I just went in for it. So what I want to say to you tonight is you're at the right place. You've got the right team with you. You've got the exact leader that you need. And just do this. Don't stop. Make one decision tonight and let that decision determine your future forever, because that is what you need. You just need to make that one decision. You came here for a reason. It was given to you. Everything was given to you. The testimonials are given to you. The framework is given to you. The system is given to you. Now you just need to make that decision and step into it and do it. You've got it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Anya. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. Well freaking done. This is
Thanks
why
so
I
much.
say, believing in yourself. We most of us started not believing in ourselves. But it's so fantastic being surrounded by people who do believe in you. And they believe that you can do it because they were once there as well. So if this spoke to you tonight and you already know, okay? If you join, fantastic. We're gonna be there, we're gonna root you. And if you don't, I don't want you to give up on yourself. I really don't want you to give up. There's a different life out there. You have a vision for your life. There's something that you have that you know you want to create. You can do that. Thank you so much for sharing, Anya. I'm so grateful. I feel so blessed to be able to be here. I really do. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. And remember now, the birthday special is only up until Saturday. We can't extend it. We're not extending it. We're not doing this again. Take advantage. This is your time. Good night, everybody. See you soon.